We got relatively good light today. It's pretty soft. It will change soon, I believe. But I wanted to use this opportunity with the melodic sound of my neighbor mowing his lawn, but I hope it will not disturb the video. I bought a new camera and I wanted to share with you which camera and why I bought it, what I like and what I do not like so much about the new camera, and have just a short discussion about this. I bought the Nikon Zf. I know it's not the newest or latest Nikon model, but it is the latest Nikon model, I would say, regarding this design and regarding these features. Well, I was in love with the DF when it first came out, but back then I could not afford to buy the DF. And to this day, the DF is a pretty expensive camera still used. And well, even though it should provide pretty good pictures, I do not seem to, well, to see the point in spending that much money on this old camera. If it would cost like around maybe 500 or something like that, I would buy some lenses and I would use this camera. But no, it costs about 1,200 or something like that. So no, I will not do that. But I love this camera, and generally, because when I started photography, I was pretty young, and the most modern cameras back then were reflex cameras, like the old Nikon film cameras, Canon film cameras, and of course the old Praktica film cameras from the GDR. And when I started photography, these cameras were the modern ones, so to say. And so I'm used to these old designs, these wheel knobs. Nice sound. I just like the design of it. That's it. And of course there are things that I do not like about this camera. Let's talk about what I like about this camera, if you're interested in. Well, of course I like the knobs, and I like the sound of the knobs. It sounds so good. I like that if you switch the monitor, first of all, I like that it has an articulated screen. That's pretty handy when you're filming or when you want to shoot from an angle, right? What I like is if you close it down, it's almost like a solid background to this camera that fits the front, right? There's something good. I like that it's mostly metal. It's heavy. I like that too. I always had large Nikon cameras, and I like to have a big camera. I do not like flimsy small cameras. I don't know. What I like is that it has the retro design that you can, I don't know if it works, but you can mount a cable, a shutter cable. That's something good. And it got rid of all unnecessary, in my opinion, things like the top monitor. It's just a small window where you can see your aperture. Well, I like how it is built. The wheels are rigid. It sounds good. And I really like the design. You know the specs. I don't have to talk about the specs because you already know the specs. If you are interested in this camera, you know the specs. You get stabilization built into it. Maybe not the best. I had not have the chance to try it out, but it should have. I tested it a little, and I liked the color profile. The colors of the Nikon are so good. I really like these colors. I pretty much prefer them over the Sony color signs. No, I really like it. The menu, well, it depends on what you like and what you need. For some it is confusing, others love it. I liked it back in the Nikon D40 and D800, but well, now I'm used to Sony. Fuji has a different menu, they all got different menus, you know that. And with this camera, I like the menu. It's okay. And it's not overwhelming. You can change a lot of custom settings. Speaking of which, there's only one front custom button. This is sad, because it's convenient to have a few buttons that you can choose from, and you have no custom modes. This is something that I really enjoy with the Sony cameras, like the A6700 that is shooting me right now, on the Batis, by the way. Here, you ain't got that. It's not a camera, I don't know. I thought of it as a photographic-centric camera, but the video functions are pretty good, so I do not think that there is any centric to it. And what I like about this camera is the pixel pitch. It has a pixel pitch of around 6, it's 5.93. So in theory, this camera should perform pretty well. We will test it out, of course, regarding the 3D pop and other things. Yeah, but I think for now I got this camera like yesterday in the afternoon, so I did not have time to check it out for a month or so. It's just my first impression. What I do not like with this camera is that you have no grip. This camera is pretty heavy, and lacking this grip, it looks ridiculous carrying it like this, right? There are some mounts that you can put onto this camera so that you have a bigger grip, but well, it's a design factor, you see. They built this camera. I do not think that it is there to annoy us. They did not do this on purpose to annoy us. It is just the old design, how old single reflex cameras were built, right? So. But this is something that's a bit annoying. Well, the card slot is underneath in the battery compartment, like in older Sony cameras. That's a bit annoying. And, well, what's annoying too is if you are used to shooting video and recording your audio separately, then it doesn't matter. But if you are like me and you like to record your audio internally into the camera, like right now with the Rode Wireless Me, you got a microphone input, of course you have. But with this camera, the microphone input is not here, not up there. And I believe it's a pretty common thing to have the microphone input up here. With this camera, it's not this one, it's down here. This is something I do not like, and it's right next to the HDMI input. It could interfere, if you open up the screen, it could, well, you see, it could obstruct some of what you could possibly see in the mirror, but we will test it out. I did not shoot video with this so far, so we will see. But other than that, well, the screen has a good resolution, it looks pretty clear, and so is the viewfinder, it's pretty good. Well, cannot say anything bad. I think with time, when I use this camera a lot, there will be some things that I do not like, and I will make an update video about this. But now, well, there's another thing. I bought an adapter for Nikon. It's an ETZ adapter, so that I can mount my Sony lenses on this. And in the next video, I will test out some Sony lenses with the adapter, and if it is any good. Of course, I did not have the chance to test it out completely, but we will see what this will bring us. Right now, I got a Vodka M42 to a Nikon Z adapter with the old Pentagon Arreston 50mm 1.8, and we will mount this and see if I'm in focus or not. Chances are I won't be, but we will see how this looks. So let's switch to the ZF. Now this is the first video I record with a Nikon Zf, just full HD, nothing special. I've heard that YouTube changes some conditions because people are watching YouTube on the television and not on smartphone and computers anymore, that much at least. So they want 4K. That's nice. That's convenient. But full HD is still enough. So I do not know if I'm in focus or not. I think I have to change some settings because what I realized was that I cannot change shutter speed or anything when the screen is flipped. I have no idea why. You can do nothing when the screen is flipped. You can't change ISO. You can't even access the menu. I hope this is just something to customize, because otherwise this is pretty annoying. There has to be a workaround. They cannot be that stupid. This would be something to annoy people. It really would be. I think it's about a selfie mode, but I will check it out. So what we can see now is the F-lock, no, N-lock, or what it is. It's just it's the S-lock of Nikon, I believe. I don't know. I will check it out. The last time I shot video with a Nikon was in, I think, 2017 with a Nikon D800. So this is something different. And of course we have no autofocus, but this will change. Hopefully this will change when I mount the adapter and some of my Sony lenses that we will check out. So I have no clue if I'm in focus or not, but chances are it's difficult. we will see. So, I told you a little bit about this camera. I like it so far. It fits perfect into your hands. And this is a camera that you would take out for dinner, that you would go out into a restaurant with, just to eat with it, not to shoot with it, but to bond with it, you know. And I understand why a lot of people love this camera. It's just the way it looks and feels. It feels worthy, it feels well built. It's not just a little piece of plastic, in my opinion. So, all right. I think that's it for now. I bought a lens for this camera too, a lens that should have some 3D pop, but we will check this lens out when it arrived, and I think this will be today. So, see you in the next one.